I'm here with 7 of the Hateful Eight. Thank you all so much for being here today. Mr. Russell, we just watched in Hall H an extended footage from the movie which introduced some of these characters here. The footage was playing to the soundtrack from The Thing, a movie you starred in, which was also set in a snowy landscape. It feels like this movie has kind of a Thing vibe to it, as far as a lot of people being trapped together, paranoid about each other. Does that kind of play out in the movie?
Yeah, when we started reading it and talking about doing it, and one of the things Quentin talked about, he had us all over at the house to watch it. Actually, and he said there's aspects of this that I want to capture, and you know, yeah, it's people in one room for a lot of the time and not trusting each other.
Was everyone complimenting your facial hair in The Thing? Because that's one of the greatest beards in movie history.
A lot better.
Tim Roth, I'd be intrigued to know, you've of course worked with Quentin Tarantino before on some pretty great movies in the past. What was it like kind of returning to the Tarantino verse? His style of writing seems so unique for an actor.
It's for me the same guy, but he has a lot more toys. He got all the equipment to play with, and he was born to do it, and he got to do it, and he does it well, and now he's got a lot of things that he can play around with. It was a lot of fun.
One of the great things about this movie is it seems like you all actually did get to work together in close proximity for much of the shoot. I mean, it's mostly set in one place. What's it like as an actor when you get to be actually, there's not a lot of green screens, not a lot of different locations. Mr. Dern, you've worked on a few films in your time. What was the vibe like on set here?
Well, I think the vibe that I will always remember is the first time I've had it, that I was on a team. I was always a runner, so unless a relay, I ran by myself. But this was a team from beginning to end. And we had a Lombardi for a coach. And although maybe even better than Lombardi. And it was fun.
What a ball club.
As grim as it was, weather and everything else, it was fun because, a lot of times you get movies and you don't ask yourself 2 questions that you should. Who's the director and who are the other actors? And we all were blessed on this one.
Michael, you seem like you have some thoughts on that. Who was the quarterback on this team?
Oh, Quentin.
So he's Lombardi and he's the quarterback.
And he plays defense.
He was calling the plays, put it that way. We had Bob Richardson shooting it, and Neil had 5 Academy Awards in that room with him and Quentin together. And it was a bit claustrophobic, but in a really weird way, it brought out the best in everybody. Because there wasn't any place to hide, It was all kind of like right there, man. It was wonderful watching everybody else who you've seen over the years and different things, and watching them do their thing, and getting to do your thing with them, I've been with a couple people in other projects, Tim, of course, and but the rest of them, I never worked with before.
I think it was Reservoir Dogs that you two were together.
Oh yeah, that one, yeah.
Tim, was it nice to not be bleeding to death gradually over the course of this movie?
Both of us, and it was really, and when we did Reservoir Dogs, they used to have to hose us down in the parking lot at the end of it.
Yeah, me and Tim got stuck together one day.
We were pretty happy.
We gave each other a big bear hug, and we actually became stuck. We couldn't, they sprayed a hose on us.
Gave each other a hug?
Yeah, we were hugging, but we were stuck. We had so much blood on each other. And they had a
Jennifer Jason Leigh, it's fair to say there's a lot of testosterone in this cast, but your character actually gets, in the footage we saw in Hall H, gets a lot of the best sort of like kind of fighting action moments in the trailer. What was it like kind of fitting into this cast of pretty high-powered gentlemen?
Yeah, it was very exciting, I would say, and kind of dreamy. It was the best group of guys on the planet, and I just feel so
She's also
lucky.
the best sport I've ever worked with.
Yeah, boy.
Man or woman. And if you don't think she has game,
Yeah.
look at the clip that was in the thing tonight when they talked about hanging her and she puts her thing up.
She's absolutely key to the movie, and she did stuff that I think every one of us every day, we would come off the set and we go, what is
It got me
she's
motivated.
awesome.
Well,
What is she doing?
Hateful Eight comes out in glorious 70mm on Christmas Day, so be sure to see it in theaters. And thank you so much to all 7 of you for being here today.
Thank you.
Thank you.